Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your private little spot. To be honest, I am quite excited and happy to do this actually because I've been making podcasts for the past years and the audio format was good but not enough. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm still grateful because thanks to the audio format, I gathered a lot of feedback from my friends and people that I didn't know to do a lot of research and make the video format happen. So here I am, sitting my ass down, looking at the camera and do my thing. Wow, I am stressed, but happy. It's a mutual feeling, I would say like it's a 50-50 thing. But yeah, welcome, and I cannot wait to do this more and more on the long run. But if we are here today, it's because I want to introduce myself, but also give you a bit of background on your private little spot. Let's start with me. My name is Karl, and I'm 24 years old. Aside of being a podcaster, I have a job. I wouldn't say what it is for now because I'm just keeping a bit of mystery, I'm not giving myself out at 100%. Just keep it mysterious and classy. Yeah. So, I'm 24 years old and I feel old. At 24, I already have back and knees problem. I feel like I'm 50 years old, basically trapped in a 20 years old body. Aside of that, feeling old, I do like to do a lot of stuff. Basically, cooking. I can spend my whole day in the kitchen just cooking, trying new recipes or trying actually new stuff. Most of the time with honey in my sauce, maybe milk, maybe more spices, just being a scientist in the kitchen. I am a big otaku. I like to watch anime. I can probably name you 30 anime that I've watched for the past year. I wanted to say months, but that will be a big lie. So for the past years, I think I've watched 30 and more animes. So I can consider myself as a big otaku, and I even have a tattoo on my shoulder of Gojo of Jujutsu Kaisen. If you watched it, you're a good one. If you haven't watched it yet, you better start watching it right now because you're missing a lot. Aside of that, I like music. I can make a playlist. My bad, I wanted to say podcast. You see how stressed I am? You can tell. I like to make a playlist about everything that I go through during the day, every emotion, every action I'm about to make, when it comes to the gym, when it comes to cooking, when it comes to thinking, when it comes to write down the script of my episodes. I have a playlist. Podcast, not again. I have a playlist ready for every event and every type of action I'm about to make. I like to be with my friends a lot. I like to travel. I like to discover the world. I would like to be a Christophe Colomb, but like a black Christophe Colomb, not colonized. I insist on that. Just discover the world and what it has to offer in terms of beauty, in terms of culture. I think during my uni years, I've traveled. Even when I was younger and living with my parents, I traveled. I discovered a lot of countries, and I'm thankful for that because I've seen so many things and I've discovered so many cultures, which is quite interesting because I sometimes think out of my scope, and I can easily now put myself at the place of someone else and be like, what would they feel? How would they perceive what I'm saying? So travel helps me in that way. But most importantly, the thing I do the most is going to the gym, probably 5, 6, or even 7 times a week. And you might be like, damn, that's a lot. I know that's a lot. I do know that's a lot. But sometimes I'm bad at, handling my emotion. I should say therapist for that. I did go straight to her. So yeah. But I think gym is just better because I can run on the treadmill if I had like a shitty and a hell, in a pain in the ass of a day, I just go lift some weight, keeping it cute, being hot. I think I combine dealing with my emotions and being hot by going at the gym. I think it's a win. A win is a win at the end of the day, if you ask me.
A win is a win. A win is a win.
So that's why I work out a lot, and I think we all need to stay in shape somehow. But with that being said, no matter how you look and no matter how you perceive yourself, keep that in mind. You're hot. You're hot. We are all hot somehow, and we are all beautiful in someone else's eyes. So don't put yourself in the box by thinking, hey, I don't work out, I'm not hot. Hey, I don't work out, I'm not attractive. We are all attractive in our own way. It's not because I don't work out that I don't have something else to offer. It's not because I don't work out that I'm ugly. It's not because that I don't work out that I'm lazy. You might work out a day or not, but you do you. And don't try to fit in a case or a box because society wants you to. No, don't. Or social media. Yeah, social media. Heavy on that. Don't. That's a trap. Without further ado, I would like to talk about your private little spot. Your private little spot is my baby, literally my first child. When I did make podcasts in the past, the audio format, I was also going with the name Your Private Little Spot. Why did I pick that name? First of all, I wanted to create a space where people are comfortable, where people are free to come as they are without fear of judgment, without fear of what people might say about them, or, oh, I'm not Catholic, I'm Muslim, I'm not Muslim, I'm atheist. What will be the big deal? No, I want people to feel comfortable no matter what they are, who they are, their sexual orientation, their gender, the color of their skin, their beliefs, to just gather here, listen to me, and create something in common and feel like this is where we can relate and we can all be true to ourselves. That was how I came with the name Your Private Little Spot. But now the story behind it started in 2019 with the lockdown and the COVID. I remember I just moved to Paris at that time, and I was preparing my bachelor degree in business administration. I was coming from Angers, like a little city in France somewhere. I'm lame at geography, so don't ask me where that was because I can't even remember. I just know the name of the city. Yeah, I was freshly arrived to Paris. Oh my God, I was so excited. I was like, oh, baguette, oui, Eiffel Tower, nightclubs. Oh, I was dreaming about that life. But guess what? When I arrived, lockdown. You can feel the disappointment. I was so mad. But on the other hand, I was like, okay, this COVID thing is real because it was not only just touching France, it was touching the whole world. When I was seeing the restrictions somewhere else, I was more and more stressed, and the media at that time were not helping. So my family decided to make me live with my grandma at that time because I wanted to put that I was living alone before, and I was accustomed to live alone because I graduated from high school at 15 and my parents let me live alone at that time. So they made me live with my grandma because my grandma was anxious, plus me, I'm anxious as well. So two anxious person at the same spot. Oh, what the chaos. That's not a good idea, but they didn't know. They don't know better. So we had to deal with my anxious grandma and I had to deal with my anxious self. And my grandma, not to be mean, she was so stubborn. During the lockdown, social media was telling us people with asthma, so me and older people, shouldn't go out because they were highly at risk. But my grandma was like, oh, you don't give me order, you don't buzz me up. I know that's right, but when it comes to health, just let me buzz you up, please. I don't want to get sick, I don't want to die, because the way social media and even at the TV, it was painted, I felt like just by going out, I could have died. And for someone like me who was probably with my friends on a daily basis after after uni, going to bars, having wine, having beers, just chill and living that student life and that uni life, everything changed suddenly. So I was, first of all, lost because of my habits that were completely changed, but also with my grandma that I've never lived with her, but I was talking to her on the phone. And living with someone and just exchanging with that person on the phone is two complete different things, because you don't know their habits, you don't know how they are in person, for example, on a weekly basis. So that was a whole new challenge for me. Aside of not being able to go out, my bachelor degree was at risk because I was following my classes online, and we were having exams. Sometimes the platform was not working. It was such a pain in the ass. But going through that time back in 2019 made me start to lock myself up to the point that I wasn't able to speak my feelings. I was sad, but I couldn't explain why I was sad. I was lost. I couldn't explain why I was lost. So there was this torment of feelings, I would say, that were hard to deal with. Even though my friends were there, they were calling me, we were having group FaceTime calls, we were playing games, I just at some point shut myself down. My friends, I wasn't even talking to them anymore, but they were so patient, they were so kind. And if one of y'all are watching this, my bad, yeah, I'm so thankful, because at that time I didn't know, and I still don't know what I would have done without you in my life, guys. It was you were my guardian angels at the time. But also, with my friends being there, I realized I wanted, maybe at that time, put my headset on, listen to someone that I can relate to, that was going through the feelings I was going through. Because even though my friends were there, I was somehow feeling alone. Maybe some of you can relate to that feeling, but I was feeling alone, I was feeling empty. I just wanted someone to hold my hand, or someone to listen to and be like, he's going or she's going through what I'm going through. So I'm not alone, I'm not weird, I'm not lost. It's okay, and it will pass. So that's how I decided to build a podcast channel, based on the feeling of, I want to relate to someone. I want to feel seen. I want to feel listened, to share my experience and help people realize that no matter what they are going through, they're not alone. They're special, maybe, but they're not alone. And everything shall pass. When it comes to the pain, when it comes to the sadness, when it comes to the joy, there will be up and downs in life, always. So that's the idea behind your private little spot. Anyway, I think we're gonna have a good ride. We're gonna have a good and a fun ride. We will talk about mental health. We will talk about being a young adult. My case, I'm 24, as I said, and I have a job. Sometimes I don't know where I'm going. Sometimes I just wake up and I'm like, shit, my life depends on me. Fuck, what am I gonna do? This type of question. I'm just asking myself this type of question on a daily basis. But I think sharing my experience, putting myself out there, might help a lot of people, but also I can gain some, insight and feedback from other people as well. And we might grow a community together. So yeah, hang tight, because I'm pretty sure you will like it. And I will put the social media of the channel somewhere in the video. I don't know where yet, but I will put it, and you better subscribe, because I think the best is yet to come. Anyway, thank you very much, guys, for listening, and I hope I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone. You got it. We are going to talk about self-love. When we learn how not to give a about what other people think. Constantly looking for other people's validation. There is also the fear of judgment. There will always be the fear of judgment.